Hi there guys and welcome to Dinos Vault once again. Honestly, when I first saw the images of the Hayabusa back in 1999 and learned the fact that it was the fastest production motorcycle back then, I always dreamt of swinging my leg over the mighty Busa, tucking myself in and shooting through the empty streets. Little did I know back then that a decade and a half later I would be truly with all my senses intact riding this bike in stark reality. The feeling was so intense and so special and so fucking awesome that I would remember this ride for the rest of my life. Yes, my friend, this is the Suzuki GSX1300R, also known as the Hayabusa. It does 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 2.5 seconds and comes with a top speed claim of 194 miles per hour or 312 kilometers per hour, and that was before the gentleman's agreement was signed by motorcycle manufacturers to limit the top speed of their bikes to 299 kilometers per hour. The word Hayabusa is a Japanese word for the peregrine falcon, a bird that serves as a synonym for speed due to its jaw-dropping speed of 325 kilometers per hour that it achieves during its vertical hunting dive.
The Chinese alphabet written on the bike also symbolizes the same.
The bike was named as such because the peregrine falcon usually preys on blackbirds, and this bike was aimed at dethroning the CBR 1100XX Super Blackbird from being the world's fastest production motorcycle back then. For those who aren't aware, the Hayabusa is a hyper bike. Bikes greater than 750cc are classified into two categories: super bikes and hyper bikes. Superbikes are those that come with an engine capacity ranging between 750cc and 1000cc, like the GSXR 1000 or the ZX10R, etc. Whereas those bikes that are more than 1000cc, like the Hayabusa and ZX14R, are considered as hyper bikes. The Hayabusa has a distinct character of its own. It was unlike anything else available in the market back then in 1999 when it was launched. It can be said about the bike that it continues to carry the same aggression, enjoy the same stardom, and rule with the same authority even with the likes of ZX14R being around now. The good thing about the bike is that nothing much has changed drastically after having been around for more than a decade and a half. We can still see the analog gauges that I absolutely love. When you see the rev needle jumping up and down and the speedo needle climbing up, the kind of feeling you experience is something you cannot express in mere words. The design is unique, it is flamboyant, it is classy, it is also mightily heavy, weighing in at around 586 pounds or 266 kgs. It is built like a missile that is ready to launch itself at the very delicate twist of the throttle. The aerodynamics are flawlessly sorted out to precision such that the bike cuts through the air just like the peregrine falcon. The headlamp housing is massive and looks unbelievably intimidating. The windscreen is just about perfect to fend off any wind blast as you tuck yourself in and blast through the empty stretches. The full fairing simply flows like a wave and is beautifully laid out. The twin exhausts mounted on either side are like two rocket launchers, and everything about this bike is just outright massive and epic, be it the styling, the powertrain, the character, or even the brutal performance. I think this is what makes the Hayabusa so special to almost each and every biker across the globe. At the back, the tail lamp cluster again has its own unique signature appeal and looks fabulous. The split seats are comfortably laid out and the rider foot pegs are just slightly rear set, but the overall sitting posture is not very aggressive. It is quite comfortable such that you can choose to amble around enjoying the ride with the morning sun shining and the gentle breeze blowing. Then when you feel the need for speed, all you do is just tuck yourself in and whack the throttle to experience the ride of your life. The Hayabusa's instrument cluster features 4 analog meters for the speedometer, tachometer, fuel gauge and the temperature gauge. The digital display contains an SDMS or Suzuki drive mode selector indicator, a gear position indicator and an adjustable engine RPM indicator. Powering the mighty Busa is a 4-stroke 4-cylinder liquid cooled 1340cc engine. Actual power figures for this bike are not disclosed on the website or in the brochure, but as per some online sources, it puts out a maximum power of 197 bhp at 9500 rpm and 155 newton meters of torque at 7200 rpm. This comes mated to a 6-speed gearbox.
Now, talking about my test ride experience, I already rode the ZX14R at the Fan Fest, and this is the second hyper bike I got to ride.
and it is all about establishing a comfort zone with your bike mentally. You can easily be intimidated by the sheer looks of it. Now, I don't know whether it is a gift of God, but I just feel I can ride any bike or any car no matter how powerful it is or how massive it appears. It's all about understanding the bike's character, trusting your instinct, respecting the bike, and letting it do what it is meant to do. To put it in one sentence, the ride is simply amazing and a once in a lifetime experience. Even if you are an experienced rider, it takes some time before you can muster up the strength and confidence and self belief to ride this monster. You need immense amounts of concentration and control while riding this bike, especially within city limits. When it is parked, it looks almost impossible that you would comfortably end up riding such a massive bike. But as you can see in the footage, I rode it through the empty stretches, and surprisingly enough, I could ride it through city traffic too without any hassles or fuss. This can be attributed to the lightweight and rigid twin spar aluminum frame that minimizes weight while managing high torsional strength. On the go, the bike feels very comfortable. It listens to you. The power delivery is very controlled provided you are good enough to control it. The clutch doesn't feel heavy and the gearbox is smooth. Now, the thing is, we cannot forget the fact that it is a hyper bike, so the engine does heat up, and after the short ride that I had, I felt as if my ass was on fire because you can feel the heat rising from underneath the seat. But who cares? When you're riding the mighty Busa, you feel as if you're riding a fire breathing dragon. Talking about the special features, first up we have something called idle speed control or ISC system, which improves cold starting ability. Next we have Suzuki's PAIR system or pulsed secondary air injection system, which reduces carbon monoxide emissions. Then we have something called SDMS or Suzuki drive mode selector, which allows the rider to choose from three different engine settings depending on riding conditions or rider preferences. The Hayabusa's engine is fitted with tapered 44 double barrel Suzuki dual throttle valve throttle bodies. This system improves combustion efficiency and makes the throttle response smoother, and also ensures the rider is always in control of the bike. The 6-speed transmission features oil spray to the 4th, 5th and 6th gears to reduce wear and mechanical noise during highway cruising. Next up we have something called Suzuki Clutch Assist System or SCAS. This serves as a back torque limiting system for smooth downshifts and also makes the clutch lighter to operate. Then we have a bridged aluminium alloy swing arm that features a cross-sectional shape for increased rigidity. It also helps cope with the improved rear tire grip and increased engine output. Talking about the brakes, up front we get large 310 dual floating disc brakes with efficient race-proven aluminium piston radial mount Brembo monoblock calipers. At the back, we get a 260 single disc brake with single piston brake caliper. This, along with the lightweight compact design ABS system, offers superb and confidence inspiring braking performance. Talking about the suspension, we get KYB inverted cartridge forks that feature a diamond like carbon or DLC coating surface treatment on the 43 Stanchion tubes to reduce friction and increase reaction to small surface irregularities. The spring load, compression damping, and rebound damping are fully adjustable. The link type coil spring oil damped rear monoshock is fully adjustable too. Talking about the wheels and tires, we get 17-inch wheels with a 120/70 front tire and a 190/50 rear tire. The tires profile and compound were developed through a variety of testing to achieve a high level of stability and handling, and you can feel that when you ride the bike. Talking about the ground clearance is 120 so you need to watch out for all those speed breakers out there. Fuel tank capacity is 21 liters. Seat height is 805 millimeters. To sum it all up, I would like to say that the Hayabusa is not just a bike, it is a fire-breathing monster that is fierce yet flamboyant and magical yet mesmerizing. It fills your heart with joy and puts a wide smile on your face. In my opinion, the Hayabusa is the only motorcycle that has a soul of its own, and you can feel that only when you ride it. It is the Badshah of bikes and the Maharaja of drag strips. Such is the supremacy and legacy of the mighty Hayabusa that it would qualify as the very definition of top of the class performance motorcycling. Price ex-showroom Hyderabad for the Suzuki Hayabusa is rupees 16,33,797. So that's pretty much it. I just hope you enjoyed watching this video. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless, and ride safe.